Hi everyone, it's Adriana from Adriana's Paper Crafts coming back to you with another tutorial video. This one is basically going to be how to do digital designs with free resources on the internet. So basically for websites, maybe free apps, and just different sites that you can use that are all going to be free to help you with any digital items. And so when we say digital items, obviously that's going to be, it could be invitations, it could be custom chip bags, custom party favors, really anything that you would need a design platform to make. Of course, a lot of people currently use Photoshop or Publisher, Microsoft Word. And even though that's obviously totally okay, everybody knows that I currently use Photoshop for everything. I used to actually not do that. I used to use PickMonkey.com, and that's the thing is that you actually have to pay for that. So I know there's a lot of you guys out there that just, maybe you're only doing things once in a while, or maybe you're just starting off making stuff and you just don't have the funds right now to be paying for a monthly or annual subscription. So I have compiled basically all the different websites or apps, programs that I recommend to you. These are all programs or websites that I personally have used because, again, about 3, 4 years ago, I was not paying for any subscriptions for anything. Um, Also, real quick, I kind of need to, um, I guess, correct myself on something that I have been saying for like 2 years now, about PickMonkey.com. For you guys that don't know, PickMonkey.com is a website that I used to use for literally everything, my invitations, my chip bags, everything. And I would always say how, it's free unless, of course, you choose to like upgrade and have a subscription, which I currently do. It's only $8 a month. But again, some people just don't want to do that. They're not in that place right now. And I kept boasting about how they have a plan that's free. And while technically they do, apparently in 2017, which I had already been paying for a subscription at that point, in 2017 they changed everything. And so the way they do it now is certain benefits are free. However, in order to save your photo, you do have to have a subscription. So again, you could spend all day long working on this design, and then at the end, when you go to save it to your computer, you can't because you have to pay for a subscription. So again, I did not know that. That is my bad. So I will make sure to be more correct about that. PickMonkey.com is not free. So it is not a free option for you. Let's go ahead and just get right into it. Real quick, my screen yellowed a little bit because it is pretty late and I have my nightlight settings on. So let me just change that real quick. All right. So getting right into it, the first website that I wanted to suggest to you guys for anything digital graphic design, photo editing, would be befunky.com. It's pretty cool. I actually, you may have just seen a flash of it real quick right now. I created a digital invitation or an evite, which is an electronic invitation. It is going to be displayed on cell phones and computers. It will not be printed out. And I created that solely using BeFunky. My brain is so trained on PickMonkey. Uh, um, but I used a BeFunky for it. However, I did cheat a little bit. There were some things I had to use Photoshop to get what I wanted. So let me go ahead and show that for you. This is what BeFunky looks like when you first get into it. You could, of course, read through all of that in order to get kind of really familiar with what all they have to offer. But this is what it looks like. In order to go ahead and get started on BeFunky, you do have to sign up for an account, but they will not ask you for any credit card information. Now, most of these websites do have upgrades available, but again, you do not have to do that. So everything that you see here, minus the neon colored images, which is the name up here, the 21, and then this green lettering, that was all made with Photoshop. Again, I apologize. I did have to cheat a little bit. I really wanted that neon effect and it was not possible for me to get it using any of these websites. And I also could not find anything that I liked on Google. However, there are certain programs that you can use that are font generators, and they can kind of mimic certain looks. Every website that I talk about, every app or every program, whatever I mention, I'm going to go ahead and put the links down below in the description box. So make sure that you check those out, okay? Because that's going to have all the resources there for you. Now, this invitation, by the way, don't judge. It's obviously for her 21st birthday. It's a little more like ravish and stuff. So that's why you see what you see there. I don't judge. But yeah, so this was used again, besides the neon stuff that you see here, I created this using BeFunky. What I like about BeFunky is that it has templates for you. Again, some are going to be not free, but everything does have a little bit here or there that you can use. I mean, it's really straightforward, honestly. Also, with the text on here, I was really pleasantly surprised at the fact that it offers to add a stroke to the lettering. A stroke, which again, you may have heard about it in my Photoshop videos or in my Facebook group. A stroke is honestly the big reason, the biggest reason that I decided to start using Photoshop. A stroke is just that border around lettering. So for example, let me go ahead and actually add a stroke to it, or right here it's titled outline, but the technical term is stroke. Let me make it yellow so that you can see it. And that's the stroke. So you see how it basically just makes the layer behind the words themselves. I try to make it white. I'm trying to make it so that you guys can see it. Blue. Red. But anyways, yeah, so that's what an outline or a stroke is. And I was really surprised that BeFunky offered this because there's so many programs out there that they just don't offer that. So I thought that was really cool. If you want to do that for text, definitely BeFunky's for you. It's a little weird as far as like the images because you can't just like drag and drop it here. You have to click on your image and then put add as a layer. It's really strange. But also another bonus to using BeFunky is that you can save an image to your computer, and then later on you can open it and all the layers will still be available for you. So this box right here is your layers box, and it has everything. So if I need to move anything around, all I do is click on it and it brings it up for me. So I thought that was really, really awesome that you can save a flattened file, but once you open it back up in BeFunky, it opens up as a layered file. And that's basically, that's the equivalent of saving a Photoshop file and then opening it up again in Photoshop. It will retain all those different layers instead of flattening it to one image. So again, I thought that was really cool, and it is free. It also offers to save it in, I believe, like PDF format. I want to say that's what happened when I clicked save. So I just thought that was really cool. Anyway, so that's one program you guys can use. That is befunky.com. Next, this one again. There's a lot, but I just want to show you guys the really just I guess the best ones. This one here, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, Photopia.com. Again, it's going to be linked down below. This one, guys, I was shocked when I saw this. It's basically Photoshop for free. It's it's like the Equate version, like the Walmart brand. It's the off-brand version of Photoshop, and it's online. So it's not necessarily a program you have to download to your computer like you do Photoshop. But if you look at it, if you look all at, the menu at the top, this sidebar here and over here at the right, this is very, very similar to what Photoshop looks like if you've never opened up Photoshop. All the tools, all the different options up here are for the most part the same. There obviously are a couple of things missing, but I was really surprised at how much detail, like it's really close to how Photoshop is, as um, and even the tools over here, like I said. So if you want to make a transparent background, you can do that using Photopia.com. So you cannot do that with BeFunky because you would have to upgrade your plan. But with Photopia, it is absolutely free to do that and then save your image. I will be experimenting with this SVG button up here. And any of you guys that have a Cricut or a silhouette cutting machine, you know that everybody freaks out because they want everything to be in SVG format. And so I'm going to experiment with that to see if it comes out right. Because if so, we could totally do a video like that. Um, but yeah, so you can do transparent backgrounds with Photopia. You can add strokes to your lettering. Down here, it's funny because in Photoshop, the option down here is the FX button, but down here it's EFF. So I have no idea what that stands for, but who cares? Um, so right here, you would just click stroke, and then the option would come up for you, and you would just change the color of it. You would change the size of it, and it even offers, you know, a drop shadow, a glow, a pattern overlay. Guys, like again, pattern overlay is something that I use so much with Photoshop. Beveling and embossing, oh, it has everything that Photoshop has. Um, I mean, honestly, if I wasn't already paying for Photoshop, I would probably use this all the time. But I'm just so used to Photoshop that at this point, no, like it's worth the $10 a month that I currently pay. So will not be switching. But if you don't have it yet, or guys, if you decide like maybe down the future, like maybe you're thinking like, oh, I don't know, am I gonna like it? Will I ever get used to it? Is it super difficult? Boom, use photopia.com, because like I said, it's like the Walmart brand of Photoshop, and you can really just practice without ever having to pay a dime just to practice. You know what I'm saying? All the technical terms and all that, for the most part, are the same. So once you switch to the real thing, you're going to already know what you're doing. You can also add an outline to shapes. So, like I said on BeFunky, what I thought was really cool is that you can add strokes to your text or an outline. But you cannot do that with images. So let's say this little cup right here, or the little weed clip art down here. If I wanted to add a little stroke to it, I could not do that. However, on photopia.com, you can. And I highly recommend that for when you make cake toppers or if you're making a banner, because that layered look, that 3D look, is what really gives it that really more professional feel to it. So I would definitely recommend this website for that. I'm trying to deselect this thing. That's weird. It's like not letting me let go. So strange. That's so weird. It was working perfectly fine a while ago. Maybe, again, this is different from Photoshop, just slightly, but enough for me that like I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing here. So I would not claim to be like an expert in this. However, like I said, it's so close to the original thing. So, oh, let's do that. So I actually want to show you how it can do a stroke around an image. So let's come to this EFF button. Again, don't know what it stands for, but we're going to hit stroke, wait for that to come up. Just, I cannot believe I found this. I did not know about this before. I'm so mad that I didn't know about this like 2, 3 years ago, if it was around then. But so let me move this box so you can see. If I'm talking too fast for you guys, I'm sorry. That's just how I naturally speak. So, uh, trying to move this. Honestly, this is kind of reminding me of Photoshop though. Sometimes it freezes up just because there's like so much going on with it. All right, so like you see that. If you want, you can change the position, inside or center. That is just so cool. This is free. God, I am like so mad right now. I'm so jealous. And again, it's like, well, duh, why don't you just stop paying for Photoshop? But again, I'm like, sorry. Once you have the real thing, you can't just go back. Okay, that's not how things work. So, anyways, photopia.com. It'll be linked below because it is spelled very, very weird. And oh my God, is it Photo P? Is it Photo P? Like P is in, what is that, a vegetable? Photo PEA. Oh my God, guys, if I am saying it wrong, please don't make fun of me. Oh my God. Photopia or photop.com? I honestly like Photopia better. Anyways, so there are a couple of other graphic design sites or apps, as well as photo editing apps that are good. Again, I'm going to link them down below, but I'm just showing you kind of like the best ones for now, the ones that are worth me wasting my breath on at this point. The next website I'm going to show you is lunapic.com. This website was probably the first photo editing website I ever laid eyes on. This was like so long. This is before Adriana's paper crafts was a thing for me. Um, and I think it was just because I'm such a weirdo. Back in the day, I used to like making those little they're like cute glittery gifts that you see, and you could put your photo like you can make it look like your photo is the cover of a magazine. It was like that. I used to make those. I was like 13, 14, 15 years old, and I was making those and posting them for free online. And I'm pretty sure I came across Lunapic because Lunapic can actually do some animations. And yes, that's so weird, but it's still going, you know? The reason I wanted to show you guys this website is because it can also create a transparent background if you need that, but it also has just so much more to offer besides normal photo editing. Um, just the super basic stuff, yeah, it can do that, but it can also do really cool borders. It can do really cool filters, and the effects is what I wanted to show you. On this list here, if you go all the way down, you're going to see that it says coloring book. Now, for those of you that have wanted to start making custom coloring books, there are a ton of people who go and make a coloring book of the birthday child. Like they get an image of the birthday child and they turn it into this coloring book style photo. This is how they do it. It's usually with Lunapic or with something very similar to Lunapic, or I think you could do something on Publisher as well. I'm not sure. But yeah, so if you wanted to, you could come to lunapic.com, scroll over to effects, scroll down to coloring book, just go ahead and upload a photo, and then it you can mess with the settings and it'll basically be a coloring page of the birthday child. Like that's crazy, am I right? Um, like I said, there's also all these different art stuff. It's really just for messing around with photos and a little bit of animation. So it's a really cool site. It's a little old school for sure. You'll see it once you start to notice it, like it, or once you start to use it. It's definitely more, um, just more old school, but it gets the job done. So. And then the last thing, I guess, real quick that I wanted to show you guys was this website that I just found today. It is pickfont.com. I wanted to show you this for the option to curve your text. Now, for those of you that have a Cricut or Silhouette machine, you can do this in Design Space or Silhouette Studio. Um, and you can also do it in Photoshop, but again, and you can do it in Word, but again, if we're just focusing on free items because you don't have those things yet or you don't want to pay for them, you can use this website as well as Photopea or Photopia, whatever it is. And there will also be another one. I'm going to link that down below. I just thought that this one was the best one so far as curving text, but it also seemed to offer a couple of other options. That I thought was cool. I'm just going to click on this like random size right here, wait for it to open up, and it'll be just a blank space. So you would enter your text over here. I'm going to just put happy, let's go back here, happy birthday. And you can, of course, change your font. You can, do whatever it is that you want with it. And then you would come here to text curve, yes, and then you would then mess with the settings here. So I just thought that was really cool. This one so far is just very intuitive. It's very natural. It looks good. The second website that I found that can do this, I didn't like the way it looked so much, but again, it still gets the job done. So, but yeah, I thought this is really cool. And there's a ton of other things you can do. It has free backgrounds for you if you ever wanted to make just like a really creative, image, maybe like kind of like for my website, I just like to make like little signs, but I like to make them cute. So yeah, I think that this would be a really great idea, or even a backdrop for a invitation or something creative like that. Um, I thought that was really cool because I believe BeFunky offers that too, but I think most of them you have to pay for. So yeah, I just thought that was really great. Also, another thing that I will be linking down below is where you can find free images, free patterns, and all that stuff for your designs. They are all going to be like PNG websites. Most of these images will already have a transparent background so that you don't have to go and do that later. Um, but yeah, so I will link everything down below, you guys. Like I said, I did this invitation on BeFunky. Um, and if you want a tutorial, a more specific tutorial for BeFunky, just let me know. But yeah, these are all completely free, you guys. So let me know if you have any questions. If you are not already, by the way, make sure that you go ahead and join our Facebook group, which is Adriana's Paper Crafts group. I do post absolutely free templates there. I also post live videos, tips, tutorials, and if you ever have a question, I will usually answer like that. So there's that. And then also just make sure that you're already following me on Facebook and Instagram because again, you're going to be able to see the items that I've been making recently. And then if you want, you can check out my shop. It is adrianaspapercrafts.com. I post a little bit of everything. And then, of course, if you just want to get a feel for, what kind of items can be done, check out my shop just to kind of see, what's what. So, again, next video, I don't know what I'm going to put. I have so many ideas. If there's something you in specific want to know, just let me know. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.